What's up, guys? Welcome to the Playmaker podcast. This is episode 7, the Carmelo Anthony edition. I need my boy back in the league, but I'm your host, Reggie Coleman.
It's your girl, Queen Keita. I'm back.
And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to our loyal listeners and to our new listeners. Welcome. Just to recap our last episode, we interviewed Indiana Pacers guard Davon Reed.
Sure did.
And just to give you a quick synopsis of what we talked about. I know, take my time, you know. We just talked about his journey from high school to college, then to the NBA.
Good interview. He dropped some gems on y'all. If y'all want to go ahead and check that out. We talked about his transition and things that he's done to get to this point. It wasn't easy. It was definitely some sacrifices in the beginning, but he's reaping all the benefits of hard work. So guys, check that interview out. Really dope interview to get his perspective. And he's an NBA player. We're NBA fans, so it was definitely dope for our first interview.
And he also talked about who the toughest person to guard was. Oh, yeah. And if you want to find out who it was, just click on that episode 6. Click the link in the bio. We'll talk about that later, but just tune in and just find out a little bit more about Davon Reed that you wouldn't really know about him just from seeing him on the court. Correct. But to kick this episode 7 off, let's talk about the NBA playoffs.
There's been some good playoffs, right? I'm not even going. It's very, very entertaining.
Yeah.
Some shocks. If people listen to our last episode, our picks have been very off lately. Yeah. We're not experts.
We're trying to be excellent, but we're not there yet.
I'm shooting like Kyrie did in the Bucks series.
Ooh, shots. That's a shot.
No shots. He working on it.
So let's talk about that series. Celtics won the first game, and then basically after that,
they lost 4 straight.
Yeah. What happened? Like, what you think happened?
Reg, I don't even know because I was watching, I wanted to look at everybody talking about Kyrie and all this. I'm like, let me look at the post game. So game 1, he like this, we smiling, he would Horford, and then all of them, all the games, he's like, what's up? What's up?
He in Cancun already.
Yeah, it was just eye opening as a fan because the talent that Boston had, you just expected them to be better. Brad Stevens is such a good coach, a young coach, but he's a really, really good coach. He knows how to mesh these guys together to play, but it was a really daunting task for him to bring a superstar back in Kyrie and also bring Gordon Hayward back. It just never was able to mesh, and I think that they didn't reflect their coach. Their coach is real quiet, he's hardworking. Everybody knows Brad Stevens' story, but the team just didn't reflect that. And I thought Kyrie, he wanted this. He asked for this. He wanted to leave Cleveland. He wanted to be the man. But can Kyrie be your number one guy is a question that has to be asked now.
Right, and it was tough for him also, I think, and for the team because last year they nearly made it to the finals.
Yeah, they lost in Game 7 against
LeBron. Game 7 against LeBron.
Yep.
And they had that chemistry with the players without Kyrie, and then to have Kyrie, who's a dominant player on the court, who demands the ball, who needs the ball to be effective. Him coming back, I know you have a whole season to get ready for the playoffs, but I just think they never got it. They never gained that chemistry.
It was hard to match, and it was hard.
It's also hard for Brad Stevens to coexist, I guess, all those types of players. You got Terry Rozier, who's probably
starting guard. Yeah. So
he
now
just had some comments.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I said he's right.
Yeah.
This player that's not even as good as Rozier getting a lot of money in this league.
Exactly. That's why I think he's out of there. Or he may stay if Kyrie leaves, but either way, he's a starting point guard in this league.
He is.
You have him, then you got Gordon Hayward coming back from injury. You got Jaylen Brown, Tatum. You got a lot of players and there's not a lot of minutes, and there's only one ball.
And there's only one ball, correct. For what they was able to do last year, you would have just thought it would be better. And I feel like Kyrie, the comments he said, do you remember when he was on First Take last year? He was talking to
briefly.
He was talking about he wanted to be his own man. He wanted to have his own team. He wanted a coaching staff that could hone his game. All this.
Easier said than done.
That's what he's saying. So he shot 37 for 147.
Ooh.
But you wanted to be your own man. You wanted to have your own team. This is what you asked for, but you didn't get the job done. And Kyrie's an amazing player. So the shooting percentage, that doesn't bother me. Because Steph Curry shooting 24% from 3. And we know Steph Curry. You get what I'm saying?
Fact.
It's number season today. He getting better and better. But like I was saying, so the shooting don't bother me. It's everything else. Kyrie is such a dynamic player. I felt like his game, it should have been easier for him to adjust. You get what I'm saying? He's a better passer than he shows.
Yeah.
And if you a that type of guard and you can pass, you're just making the game easy for yourself. But I felt he forced a lot of shots. Took a lot of bad shots in this whole series. If you guys watch it as a whole, he took a lot of bad shots, and then you normally don't have that with Kyrie.
And the thing with him though is they are bad shots, but he's a tough shot maker. So if they go in, you know, it gets ignored.
That kind of Kobe type of thing, like he take bad shots. He's a bad shot maker.
Yeah,
you give him that.
There's a lot of those players. Like Damian Lillard is one who's a bad shot maker.
Well, I don't know if the shots are bad when your percentage. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, true.
If your percentages is high enough, so say you shooting like Dame was in the last series, over 80% from that. Is it a bad shot at that point?
Right.
But then when you making them, is a bad shot. It can go either way. I agree with your point though. Some of the shots are bad.
To go back on this series, I think, the Celtics had a lot of turmoil and a lot going on in their organization and in their locker room. But on the flip side, the Bucks are just a great team. Like they play great together. Everybody knows their roles.
I think we both talked about in not our Game on Read, but the episode before that if all the pieces come together, then the Bucks are a really good team. And we don't know what's going on in the West, so this can be the wide open NBA Finals ever in NBA since we've been all watching it. And
we talked about, I think maybe you or I said it, but Eric Bledsoe was the X factor.
You said it.
He's been hooping. He's been guarding. He was guarding Kyrie for the most part.
And I think the shooting struggles of Kyrie is also you have to give the Bucks a lot of credit. Their game plan was spectacular. I'm gonna throw as many bodies as I can to Kyrie. Right. I don't want him to have the ball. I don't want him to be because if Kyrie's hot. Everybody feeds off of that.
Yeah, and it's tough to stop him.
And it's tough to stop him. But
now he's making those tough shots.
Now he's making those tough shots. Now he can get in the lane and condition to do what he's known to do. But the Bucks' defensive game plan that they had, they stuck to it all the way through. It didn't waver from game one when they lost. Right. They didn't even have no worry.
I think that was just a fill me out game for them. Like, let's see how they play. And then game 2, 3, and 4.
Nobody really even talked about Giannis.
Right.
And I felt like
a lot of people say he's overrated, which I don't get. I don't, and they say that. I'm gonna tell you why they say it. They say it because he doesn't have a jumper. So because he doesn't make jump shots, he's overrated. What do you think about that? I see that a lot on Facebook. I see some of it on
doesn't have a jump shot.
Basically, that's why they say it.
There's a lot of players we can talk about that don't have a jump shot. Are they overrated? There's a lot of players that didn't expand their game till later in their career. Are they overrated? That can be a different type of discussion that you can have, but you have to have your own definition of overrated. Yeah. Because I can go into the stats and we can find a lot of players that's overrated that's getting a lot of money that hasn't taken a jump shot this season. Getting paid over $800,000. So it's interesting, but overrated, no. And the jump shot will come. And he's working on the jump shot.
And they say he's overrated, and you say you don't have a jumper, and they still can't stop him. So I don't care if they can't stop it. Why change it?
All that, but I see the spin.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I don't see nobody stopping it.
Not
just like Embiid's pump fake. You know he's gonna pump fake. I know he's gonna pump fake.
They know
he's gonna pump fake, and everybody falls for the pump fake. It's you do what you do, and they gotta stop it. Yeah. And if that's your only knock that you have on the Bucks, good luck with betting against them because I'm betting on Giannis because everybody playing that well.
You got them going to the finals?
Yes.
Yeah. No matter who, if it's the Sixers or the Raptors, they beat
either one. If it's the Sixers, they're going to beat the Sixers in 5.
What about the Raptors?
And if it's the Raptors, they beat the Raptors in 6.
Okay.
That's how I feel highly of the Bucks. Watching them in this series, they took care of business.
And one last tidbit on this series, this series, Malcolm Brogdon just came back. They're starting guard.
The guard, okay.
So he made his way back in Game 5. He played a couple. He on a minutes restriction, but he still was hooping.
Yeah. So
now you get a dynamic. He was a rookie of the year.
Correct.
You get your rookie of the year back, and he plays defense. And now he's another shooter. Like
correct.
So now they're that much more dangerous.
I agree. And then now it's like the Giannis show.
And you got Chris Middleton hooping.
And that's exactly what I said. I couldn't remember his name our last episode. And you do the
I got
you usually do. I said
if
he plays well. Now Giannis, you saying, let's pack the paint for Giannis. Well, do you really want to do that? Now you got all these shooters making shots. So now you
one more person, dude. George Hill too.
I like that pickup. There's a lot of ex-Cleveland Cavalier pickups that I like. We're going to get into Rodney Hood a little bit later.
Had 25 last night.
That's crazy. I don't know who you are right here. You acting totally different. Where was this at?
We're gonna get into that a little later.
We're gonna get into
But yeah, Keita got the Bucks going to the finals.
I do. I have the Bucks going into the
I want to play devil's advocate, but I got them to.
Yeah, they're playing very well. The coaching, everything is clicking.
Yeah.
And when you clicking like this in the playoffs, it's rare that it just goes down.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So we both got the Bucks making it to the finals.
Yes.
So let's move along in these playoffs. You got the Warriors and the Rockets. Some big news headlines, and mainly it was the injury to KD.
Yes, that's
I remember a couple episodes ago, he was like, I don't see them winning if somebody gets hurt. You said Steph Curry.
I did say Steph Curry.
What about KD?
Yeah, and it's still the same. They can beat Houston without KD. They just have to do it abnormal as they used to. They don't have a bench, but that's okay. They still can. Steph can still score. Clay. I feel like it'd be more of a team game. You don't have to rely on KD.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like KD getting hurt is going to motivate them, and I feel like Houston, the pressure that's going to be in Houston, I don't know if they can handle that.
Mm.
It's a lot of pressure to you. First, you have to win Game 6, and you have to win Game 7 in Oracle.
Right.
That crowd's going to be crazy because this is their last go around in Oracle before they move.
Yeah.
That is going to be crazy, and this is just I don't know. I think they can. I definitely think they can win the series. I think it's a little bit apprehensive. Everybody's going. They're going a little bit crazy. The Warriors have won without KD before, and I feel like they'll go to their normal type of passing the ball, moving the ball. This is the most stagnant I've seen the Warriors in the last couple of years. If you watch the games, you see KD ISO. That's not normally them. They normally flicking that ball around, and that's when you look up and you're down by 20.
Yeah, I get the. I think the bench for them is like overrated because they're never going to get a lot of bench points because think about it. They got KD hurt now, but you got 4 stars.
Yeah.
2 is always going to be in the game.
That's true.
So. Their benches, you can't look at their bench scoring is it's never going to be.
It's more so depth.
Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily mean
now
that's different. Yeah.
Now they play a good 7 players, maybe 6. I think 7. And they play I know last game 5, they played 40 plus minutes, the starters.
Correct.
At some point, I think that may catch up to them.
Yeah, I feel like going into game 6, you'll see Quinn Cook get a little bit more minutes than he usually gets because he gets in a little bit into the quarters and stuff. Yeah. I think that he'll get more minutes. He'll be aggressive. I think. I don't know. They haven't been playing Bell at all.
Yeah,
and they've been giving the other young guys some. Yeah, Looney, and then there's another young guy that I really like as well that plays defense.
Is he a guard?
He's a guard. McKinney. And so I don't think Bell's gonna get it. It's just crazy. At one point, Bell's getting minutes. He was a nice little focal point of the offense. But that's how the NBA is. You just gotta wait your turn.
Well, I'm a Warriors hater, and if for my new listeners, I am a Warriors hater. If you didn't know, now you know. But and I'm a Chris Paul fan. He's fallen off. He's been falling off.
$30 million. Your boy getting paid $30 million.
Got commercials, State Farm commercials.
At all. He can't get past.
He can't really get past, but anybody. And now he's flopping way too much for my liking.
Oh,
but
that's disgusting.
Before I get to that, Rockets missed a big opportunity when they lost Game 5 because KD goes out. They were down probably 10 when he went out, and that was mid third quarter, I think. Pretty sure. They came back, took the lead.
They had so many opportunities to win the game.
So many, and then you get to the fourth quarter, and then James Harden, most prolific scorer besides KD probably.
Ghost.
You take one shot in the last 8 minutes.
Ghost. Casper.
What? How can that happen?
Ghost. That's your MVP.
That's your MVP. Like I said, I want the Rockets to win this series, but that was the game to get. If you get that game, then you go home.
What it was 40 seconds left. PJ Tucker. The rebound, it was down 3. It falls out of his hands. Yeah, he got fouled. What's the name fell on his head? But they ain't gonna call that, and I don't mind him not calling it. You get what I'm saying? And Clay is still there.
They also missed a call at the end. Clay stepped out before he saved it, but that's neither here nor there.
Go through that.
We not. Refs not perfect. We not perfect. Nobody perfect.
But
there's always a but. But I think they missed a big opportunity with that game because. You gotta get that game. You have to.
Lax. You have to think you're down You get what I'm saying?
And they capitalized a little bit in the third quarter by taking a lead, 1 point lead, 3 point lead. But you gotta, like, when the Warriors were down, like, their spirits were down for a little bit.
That's when you pounce.
Yes. They, like, playing around with the ball, taking bad shots. They always take bad shots.
Yeah, they always take bad shots.
But, like,
worse shots.
Yeah, like, what are y'all doing? Like, I just don't get it. And then Chris Paul, my God. Chris Paul, my God, like, what are you doing, bro? You more focused on flopping and trying to get a foul. You turn the ball over. You don't want to shoot open jumpers no more, like open threes.
And
like, what
it's
are
like,
you doing?
and it's like when the Rockets are clicking, Chris Paul is distributing. You get what I'm saying? Chris Paul is not. It's like you don't even see the point guard Chris Paul. You see whatever the Rockets have turned him into. And this is not the Chris Paul we used to. We used to the Chris Paul being able to get into the lane. He can get into the lane against Clay and make a play, Capella, get out to open shooters. But now he's on the perimeter shooting all these perimeter shots, and I'm just taking it back like, who is this Chris Paul? Like, you're not young as you were, so that's not gonna work. The flopping is not gonna work.
It's not. They give him 1 out of probably 5 calls.
6, yeah.
But another person who's been disappointing in my eyes is Clint Capella. Like, I don't know if you watch. I watch highlights because their games be coming on late, and I try to watch the first.
What part has he disappointed you in?
So when he gets the ball in the paint, he usually finishes. Now he's like throwing the ball and missing.
Yeah,
like,
he normally.
I think he's.
Why does he bring the ball down so low?
That.
Mind you, I'm an undersized post player, by the way, so I'm not bringing the ball down. So could you imagine somebody 6'9", 6'10"? Why are you bringing the ball down? So they could grab it. Like,
I think
he's real apprehensive in the post.
He's too jumpy and nervous. I think. I know at the beginning of the series, when they beat who did they beat? Jazz, the Utah. In the press conference after that series, he was like, "Yeah, we want the Warriors. Like, if we want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ." And for him to come out like this, I know he's been sick and whatnot, but to come out like this and not finish around the rim, what you're paid to do,
he paid a lot of money to do it too.
You gotta get it done. And these are shots at the rim. Like, I know
he used to get it.
Draymond is 6'6". They say he's 6'8", but he's 6'6". You damn near 7 feet.
Correct.
I know it's not easy to score on Draymond, but like, you gotta score those buckets.
Well, if you keep the ball up and you lock in, and you can, Draymond's not pushing you off the block. Once you get that rebound, you get offensive rebounds. Like, Clint Capella, we're not asking him to do something that he hasn't been paid to do. Right. Rebound, block shots, play defense. That's just normal. When you're not doing that, you're a liability. What are you there for? You get what I'm saying? Now they have to go to that small lineup. Yeah. I like that small lineup. Right. First of all, who is Iman Shumpert? Back to these Cleveland Cavaliers. I told you we was going to get back to it. George Hill, balling.
Rodney Hood.
Iman, who are you? You are acting totally different.
Very unusual.
Wide open threes is a bucket for Iman Shumpert. Looking good.
I needed to make a couple more.
Oh, yeah.
Couple more.
For the Rockets to win going forward, either him, or they're not even playing, what's the name anymore?
On what team?
Houston. They're not playing, what's the name? Iman Shumpert is taking those minutes. With the Braids.
House?
No.
With the Braids.
Shoot. I can't remember.
He a guard?
Yeah. They used to, before Iman got the minutes, they used to put, who in? All he do is shoot, though.
Daniel House?
No, Reg.
He got braids?
I'm gonna get the name, but
oh, Gerald Green.
Yeah. Well, now Iman Shumpert taking those minutes because he's making more shots than he is. But you need from him or Green or whoever comes in, you need at least 15 points from them because you need another scorer that can be respected by the Warriors defense. So they're not just in la la land. You know? Yeah. Austin didn't play well, but he'll play well tonight. He's been playing very good defense on Steph Curry. I think they should talk about that more.
Well, now they all in the family now, you know. It's
no family in the court. Don't care about you. Never knew you.
He taking it personal.
Never been to your house.
Like, I need to. We gonna talk about this at the cookout or a baby shower. We gotta. I need a one up on you.
Nah, but yeah, he's playing very good defense. He's aggressive. It's all the defense that I thought a lot of these players in the NBA can play on Steph Curry. I just think they choose not to. But Austin has a different type of story. A lot of those guys are superstars anyway. Austin, dad picked him up. Now he's evolving into his own type of player. But he's a dog and he plays like that. And he don't take, like Steph Curry, When the last time Steph Curry shot the three and turned his back? Like, these players, it's disrespectful. That's how they're playing. So
yeah, and I'm happy for Rivers because he had the reputation of he's only playing because his dad is the coach.
Correct.
He's only in the league, still in the league because his dad is the GM and the coach.
Correct.
But now he's on the Rockets. He earned his minutes obviously, and he's playing well for the most part. So I just give him credit for sticking with it, not letting all the critics and the fans and everybody else determine how his career went after the Clippers. Correct. Because a lot of people not built like that to be able to respond in the way he's responding. Correct. Some people crumble and fold, and I just give him kudos for sticking it out and pushing through and working hard and earning his minutes and earning big time minutes in this series.
Team,
right?
Yeah.
So I was about to ask you the same thing.
I had to ask you first.
You should know who I got.
Oh yeah, he got the Rockets. Red got the Rockies in 7. I have, and this is gonna hurt me because Reg is like a broadcast Warriors hater. I'm undercover. I don't really want people to know.
I want people to know. You hear me? I want y'all to know.
I got the Rockets. I got the Rockets in 7.
Woo! I like that pick.
And I'm gonna ask you this one question before we move on to the next series. If the Rockets don't win,
like this series?
This series, James Harden, CP3, their legacy is what?
Well, CP3 is a little older, so I think it's like
his legacy is cemented. CP3 is going into the Hall of Fame.
I'm just talking winning wise. Like, he's not a. Some people just aren't winners. Like, you're great players, but some people
you're just not going to be on that list.
You're not a winner.
There's only 6 players on the list of MVP that never won a championship. I can name a couple.
Yeah.
Russell, James, Charles Barkley, Steve Nash. So you don't want to be on that list of MVPs. AI, yeah. So you don't want to be on that list of MVPs that never won a championship. So I feel like James Harden should take it personal. I said in our last podcast before, he's going to play better.
Yeah.
The rep that he has is not going to. I feel like he's such a talented player that rep is not going to be a rep that continues to go with him. He's going to play better. They're going to play great at home tonight. They're probably going to blow the Warriors out. I wouldn't be shocked if the Warriors win.
This is
also what I'm saying.
This is the Rockets and James Harden and Chris Paul chance to, if they beat the Warriors in this series, this can possibly break the Warriors up as a team. Like,
correct.
If you beat them, somebody not coming back. I already think one person not coming back regardless. But if you beat them before the Western Conference Finals, it's a lot. Everybody can't get paid.
Everybody can't get max money.
And then
Draymond already said he's not taking no discount.
He need max money. Clay need max money. KD need max money. Steph already got his.
Then you got your older veteran guys. What they gonna do?
Iguodala said he already said like, yeah, y'all probably can't sign me next season. So if you beat them, you not only are you helping yourself,
you're helping the NBA. Well, not NBA because
you're basically recreating your legacy in a sense because now you're breaking that team up and you're the next team in line. Now you can be that team to beat. Like if you beat them right now, like,
correct. And then
that's why I think
they players may want to come in.
They missed that opportunity in Game 5.
I agree.
To go up 3-2 and have 2 chances to win 1 game.
Correct.
I like those
odds. With KD out on both games.
You know he out.
Yeah, it's definitely. You knew after the game he was out both games. When everybody saw the injury.
This hurts my heart.
I'm just glad it was a quad because KD is so important.
Yeah, it looked like an Achilles.
Well,
because I was watching, I stayed up that night to watch that game.
We was all praying it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because that could change the dynamic of a player's career. Ask Kobe.
And the way he was walking, everybody was saying like, "Oh, that's Achilles," because he made the shot,
no contact,
ran, looked back, and they said like when it felt like somebody kicked him, that's when it's an Achilles. But it's a calf injury, and he's had that before with the Thunder.
Correct.
So he'll be out a couple weeks.
Yeah. So I don't think it's like serious.
But they gotta take advantage. I know the Warriors are still dangerous, but they gotta take advantage.
Yeah, we haven't had a good Steph game yet.
He had a good fourth quarter though.
Yeah, we got a good fourth quarter, and then the thing about the Houston Rockets that could be very dangerous if you let the Warriors come into your home and get any momentum. we can go ahead and chalk that. Because when Steph Curry get hot, it's over. Like, he really gets hot, and now he's shooting.
With his eyes closed.
Yeah, now we done hype him up. Then when he passed to Clay got the juice. And then Draymond
Clay had the juice last night.
Correct. And then Draymond, he started making wide open threes. And at a point, well, I just take the numbers with Draymond. I still let Draymond shoot wide open threes. But if it starts to kill you, now you got to figure it out.
Rockets in 7, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Rockets in 7. I wouldn't be shocked if the Warriors win tonight. I would be heartbroken though, because my co-host would be sick.
You won't hear from me for another week. But let's keep it in the Western Conference.
Who you got?
Nuggets, Blazers, Game 7 on Sunday.
And this series has been the couple games, like Red said, guys. We work 9 to 5, so these games come on pretty late. So the last game I was able to watch, I watched the highlights, but I was able to, the games I was able to catch, and this is exactly what I expected from this series. Jokic, I expected him to dominate, which he's doing, and I have no problem with the Blazers are trying to do defensively. I would throw everything I could at him, but he's just so skilled and he's so gifted and he takes what the defense gives you as a big man. And it's so refreshing to talk about a post player for once. I feel like when the last time we talked about a real post player that gets down at the block, post up, shoot a little jump. He shoots threes, don't get me wrong, but that's not his whole game. Yeah, it's nice to see. And then you also see on the other end with the Blazers, the 2-guard scenario. We will really know if that can win a championship with the outcome of the Rockets and Warriors. If the Rockets win, the Blazers will have a chance to see how that works. Can 2 guards that are prolific offensively win a championship? Well, when you knock the big dog out, it's possible. So it's been a really good series. Dame, somebody called him Logo. Dame, because he's shooting from the logo. He played a very good game. Took some good shots. All his shots that are far away, in my opinion, are good shots since he took my team out.
Who you think again? I forget. Never mind.
Since they took my team out, but yeah, this has been a really good series. The couple games I've been able to watch, but the highlights, it's been going back and forth like a boxing match. Just like I expected. 2 good coaches, 2 good organizations, 2 good teams, both playing hard. I did stay up to that 4 overtime game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I stayed up the whole time, watched the whole game.
I took it down at halftime.
Old man Red can build. I'm young, y'all. I'm young. Red's high school reunion coming up, by the way, y'all. That's how old he is.
10-year reunion.
Yeah,
oh yeah, that's yours. Oh, you hosting it?
No, but
shoot! I forgot to mention this. Our girl Keita is hosting.
No, but it's your reunion. I'm not that old.
Oh, God. But you hosting it. But it's my reunion.
Yeah, but Red told y'all. That's what I'm saying. He go to bed at halftime. I watched the whole 4 overtime game. It was amazing. But yeah, this series is just how I expected. 2 heavyweights, and I think I have the Blazers in 7.
Blazers in 7?
Mm-hmm.
I like that pick, and I'm a guard, but I'm a short guard. Yeah. But Damian Lillard and CJ, they're a great 1-2 punch. Like,
I love it.
They feed off each other. They know how to play. When one person is hot, the other person knows when to find them, where he likes, where's his hot spots.
Correct.
When to get away and just let him go to work. And they feed off each other. That's basically it. And you don't get that too many times in the league where people feed off each other. Like,
correct.
You got the Warriors, but then you got them two. Like, they really know how to play together.
Cavs playing well. Rodney Hood.
Cleveland.
Rodney Hood. Mr. Hood.
He had 25
last
night.
I just need to shake his hand and he need to reintroduce himself to who he is.
Right.
Because we know him from his Utah days. He was a solid player. The thing about it with the Cavs, it's just not always going to be a good fit for you in places.
It wasn't a good fit, and everybody is not built or fit to play with LeBron. Like, everybody...
I agree. LeBron, I agree with
you. He makes players better, but
he also restricts some players.
Yeah, it's no in between.
He's either going to make you better or he's going to restrict you.
And Rodney Hood was on the wrong end of that stick.
Exactly.
So, but now he said it in the press conference. He's on a team now where he's able to play freely. He knows his role.
Correct.
And also in this series is a bunch of mismatches. So that's another reason why he's capitalizing on this series, because he said their bigger guards are guarding Dame and CJ. Correct. So now he said you got Jamal Murray on me. I think that's a mismatch, and I'm gonna go at it every time, and I feel good. He said that.
Yeah, and he should.
confident. I love it.
He should feel good about it.
And they're going to continue to play that way. So
you have to continue.
He's going to continue to play well.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're on the road game 7, so it's going to be a little tougher. You got the Denver altitude.
Yeah.
Like
that
all
definitely
that.
affects. Yeah. But he's been making big shots. He made a big shot in the 4 overtime game that I watched. And I was watching and I didn't even know it was Rodney Hood. I had to, I said, is it Rodney Hood? Is that true? Wow. Making wild open threes, pump fake, pull up. Then he attacking the mismatch. I like Murray as well for Denver.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing well as well. He's attacking the paint.
He's
taking
shots.
good shots.
Once he hits threes and jumpers, then his game is that much better because now you got defenders running out on him, and now he's going to the basket and he's finishing.
He's a really good finisher. Yeah, I think a lot of people took from his last series that where he struggled a little bit, but he's a really good. He's a solid guard, and he's going to continue to get better as these playoffs go along. If they get further, then you'll really see him emerge as like a really good player for Denver because they got Jokic. They just waiting for somebody else to come along.
Right. Free my guys at a time. Sorry, I'm sorry. I had
Is
to
he
say
injured?
that. Injured? Huh? Is he what?
What's wrong? Why they don't play him?
Why would they play him?
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. We're gonna segue, guys. Sixers and Raptors. What's up? Who you like?
Because we're in New Jersey, I'm saying the Sixers. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing the Sixers in the finals, which we already said the Bucks are going to the finals. But I wouldn't mind them being like in the finals. That's right here. I can go celebrate, not with them, but for them. Like in Philly, I can go to Philly. That's a 40-minute drive. You know?
Last couple years, you could have celebrated the Eagles Super Bowl champ. A couple years ago.
Well, I did because my girlfriend is a
smart
Eagles fan.
Smart woman.
Trying to make her transition.
No transition. She's a smart woman. She got her own mind.
But I was at the parade. It was cool. But when Dallas won this season, like I say every season, but when they win this season, I'm flying to Dallas. Y'all heard it here first. Dallas will win the Super Bowl. Not this year, but you know, in the near future. But we're not talking about football. My bad. Where was we at? Sixers. So game 7 is Sunday. This is what I will say. The Sixers will only go as far as Embiid and Ben Simmons takes them.
Correct.
I say that because when Ben Simmons attacks the basket like he did last night in Game 6,
he can't be stopped. Stop.
It just puts a lot of pressure on the defenders. And we already know he's one of the best passers in the league. Yeah, so he's going to make the right play.
Yep.
So when you got him going downhill, making plays, layups, dunks, they trying to stop that. Now you kicking out to Jimmy Butler, JJ Redick.
Correct.
Now they hitting shots. Now you got everybody with confidence. Then you go to Joel Embiid, who I'm glad he isn't shooting as many threes anymore.
Correct.
He's been playing off because something wrong with him. I don't know.
He's sick, but they won't announce what's wrong with it. Like, does he have to walk in the moment or something? Like, is it because he's not practicing? He's in the bed.
They say he coughing all through the film session.
Yeah, like he's sick.
Bro, get it right.
I don't know.
But I'm gonna pick the Sixers if they play them two play well. I definitely got the Sixers because we should know by now Jimmy Butler is gonna do he's a dog. Yeah. He's gonna get his on the offensive end and the defensive end.
I agree.
So Jimmy Butler gonna get his. You never know with Tobias Harris, but when Embiid and Ben Simmons play like they did last night, it's tough to beat them. I
agree. With the Sixers, I do want them to win. The unfortunate thing is I don't want them to win and then losing the Eastern Conference Finals embarrassing because I just feel like the talent that the Bucks have compared to a limpy Sixers team. I would have really hoped that they were all healthy at this time, 100% healthy, Joel healthy, smiling and all that. But it's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes in the playoffs. I would rather the Raptors win to make the next series more competitive. But it's tough because when you get to the playoffs and your star player is not healthy, it just rubs me the wrong way. It's like, dang, I really wish it was just equal because Kawhi's 100%.
Right.
You know, and Embiid, when he's 100%, he can't be guarded. His footwork is too good. Especially when he's in the post. Yeah. He starts shooting them threes and stuff. That's where it get a little shaky for me because the defense is winning when you're shooting all them threes.
They want you to do that.
Yeah. That's why in the post with that.
That's why that shot fake is getting them.
Oh my god. It's a really good shot fake though. I'm not gonna say that, but we know it's coming. How many film sessions you gotta watch watch to know that man go pump fake.
Right.
I just did it. Like I don't understand, but I have the Raptors winning because they're at home, right?
Oh yeah. Drake in the building. What do you think about Kawhi? Like, I knew he was a good player, but now that I'm actually, because I never liked watching the Spurs play, I'm gonna be honest with you. But now that I'm actually watching them play and watching him play, like, he can score.
Yeah, he's efficient too.
Yeah, I never realized it until now.
He can score. He's efficient. He knows his spots that he's good at, and he gets to those spots.
And he dunking on people.
And he
made the ball look like a tennis ball.
Yeah. So it's nice to see him on his platform.
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of people don't watch the Spurs. The Spurs are boring.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not knocking the organization. We're not knocking pop. None of that. They're boring to watch because it's really fundamental basketball. But when you sit down and you really watch it, like wow, like it's not the most flashy, but they get the job done.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And Pop was able to bring that team to the playoffs another year with a whole young core. And he's used to having veteran guys. And you get what I'm saying? So shout out to Pop that be able to bring that team together, even though they lost to Denver in 7, right?
Yeah.
So it's tough. I don't know. It's tough. If the Sixers do win, how long is the gap between? Can Embiid get any type of rest in between when game one starts? I think
they get a couple days.
Yeah.
Anything is good for him. Like,
yeah, because he's gonna have to go against Giannis, and I would like both of them to go at 100%. Giannis is 100%.
I think Ben Simmons gonna guard him now.
Giannis? Oh, okay, yeah.
Joel Embiid ain't got no chance, man.
Oh yeah, you're right. You ever just say something? Yeah, you're right. Because I just thought about it, like. Nobody could guard him. He ain't be guarding Giannis though either. Giannis has been dunking on this. Was Giannis raised to just poster people? Like he just always started to disrespect everybody. But he's not a disrespectful player. So if you get dunked on by Giannis, you ain't really mad.
Right.
He ain't doing the old school dunking and pointing at you like. If Giannis dunk on you and point at you, just take your jersey off, sub yourself.
Go back to the locker room.
Yeah, you gotta go get some treatment.
I think you hurt.
Yeah, I'm hurt. Like, why are you even in his way when he's dunking? Like,
so you got Toronto in 7. I got
Toronto in 7.
Sixers in game 7.
I got a score.
But this is what I will say. Like I said originally, if Embiid and Simmons play the way they did in game 6, they'll win. On the flip side,
where's Kyrie?
I was gonna say if him and Pascal plays good, I think they'll win. But it all boils down to Embiid and Simmons. If they play well and they play well, I still think Sixers will win.
Yeah, I feel like if the Sixers come out and set the tempo, they'll win. Set the tempo. And Embiid play how he played, and Simmons play aggressive and set the tempo and say, I know y'all can't guard me when I'm coming down like this, then they'll win. And that's how they need to play going forward and get that type of confidence because neither team has been playing that well. Both teams won at home. So you handle home court, okay. Now you need to win on the road, Sixers. And Toronto finish out, handle your business at home, and you got the Bucks waiting for you.
Right.
Hungry Bucks.
Rested Bucks.
Yeah.
But before we get off the topic of the NBA, one last thing I want to talk about. Ty Lue declined the Lakers offer.
I'm declining the Lakers offer. I know you would too. There is dysfunction. I'm not doing no type of job.
I think they're protesting today in LA, but in front of the arena. But what you think about that? Like Ty Lue?
I feel like Tyronn Lue, he dodged a bullet, and it would have been a blame game. So say if Tyronn Lue would have got the job at the Lakers, it would have been the same type of thing. If he didn't win, it's a short leash. I don't want no short leash. I want 5 years. I want y'all to.
That's the standard now.
You know what I'm saying? I want 5 years. I want y'all to put some faith into me. Don't just base it off of like you really sat Tyronn Lue down and told him you're only gonna give him 3 years. Like that. What type of disrespectful stuff is that? Like, come on. He's a really good coach, and he didn't get the love or treatment I thought he should have gotten in Cleveland when LeBron left. They didn't even give him a chance.
Right.
He's a good coach. He brought them back from 3-1. His game plan brought them back from 3-1 against the Warriors. So if you guys can go back on YouTube and watch that series and see when he started trapping Steph Curry, those was his ideas. LeBron didn't say let's trap Steph Curry. Kyrie didn't say let's trap Steph Curry. He made those ideas. Oh, let's do this. Let's change our rotation. He did all this. and brought that team back from 3-1 and saved LeBron's legacy. You get what I'm saying? So he's known to do that. Why not respect him and give him a chance to bring your organization back that's been struggling before Kobe, when Kobe was there, now that Kobe's gone? It's dysfunction. Tyronn Lue dodged the bullet.
It's sad.
Sometimes
and like you
you.
said, they offered him 3 years. Remember, guys, LeBron James got 3 years left on his contract.
Correct.
So basically, what they're saying is, if LeBron leaves and then your 30 years up, you going too, basically. Yeah, and he knew that. And then on top of that, they trying to tell him who to have as his assistants.
Like, come on, bro. Y'all, I bet y'all didn't do that to nobody else y'all interviewed.
Like, why are you trying to do that to this man who's proven himself? Even if you did have the best player in the league, you still have to have some intellect on what's going on the court, what changes need to be made, what schemes do.
How many coaches would have been able to bring their team back from 3-1 against that Warriors team? I'm just saying. Even though it was controversial in Game 5 with Draymond put himself in that position. Guys, put the blame where it needs to be. Everybody believes that if Draymond wasn't suspended, they would have won. It's not guaranteed. Just like a lot of people think that the Houston Rockets would have won if CP3 didn't get hurt. It's stuff that it just answers the questions we would never have.
All these what ifs, but what if
he put himself in that position? What about all them texts he got before?
I'm not even gonna say. I had a joke. I'm gonna keep it PG. But I lost what we was talking
about. So Tyronn Lue, so I thought that it would have been a game. Yeah, go ahead.
My bad, I cut you off.
Go ahead.
But they got Kurt Rambis helping them make decisions. He don't even have a title in the organization. So him and his wife are advising them on who should be the next coach. And they also told Ty Lue, or mentioned to Ty Lue, like, if we hire you, we want you to hire Kurt Rambis. Like, this the guy that's helping pick the coach, and now you want this guy to be this top assistant.
So you giving me? So let me get this straight. I go in for a job interview. You give me my offer. I don't like it, but now you start demanding me to do things in the job offer that you gave me. That I told you what I wanted, but we're not even. It's no negotiating. You just gonna tell me, Reg, congratulations, you got the job. You can't drive your car here. You can't eat lunch here. Your girlfriend can never call the job. Like, what? Like, what is this? I never asked for none of this. Like, no.
It's sad.
I think Tyronn Lue won in this. The Lakers are dysfunction. It's going to be the blame game. He was going to be the same treatment he got with the Cavs. Oh, you ain't winning. We're going to get you out of here. Mind you, the Sixers coach has been losing for God knows how long.
And what I heard through the grapevine is that if the Sixers don't win, Tyronn Lue is going to be in that running for Sixers coach. That's what I'm hearing.
They said they was talking to Mark Jackson for assistant coach. Assistant? Soldier Boy was assistant. Mark Jackson.
You gotta look at the camera when you say
assistant. I'm just like, the Lakers are just on. The Lakers are like reality TV.
I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm a LeBron fan, and through all this turmoil, in my heart, I still think they're gonna get Kawhi. They're gonna get Kawhi, and now Kyrie is an option.
So quiet Kawhi that don't talk gonna come to this dysfunctional Lakers.
Yes, listen. You got remember I said it May 10th. Today is May the
10th,
you're 2019.
Kawhi don't even talk. I'm gonna come from. He came from the Spurs, accommodating him. He don't talk. Blah blah blah. He went to Toronto. They accommodated him too. So I'm gonna leave all these comfortable situations to go to this drama reality.
Yes, it's the big market.
Housewives of Atlanta. The Lakers is like a reality show. People don't even watch basketball know about this because it's a joke at this point. Like Magic left. Like all these people leaving LeBron. Should he leave?
Nah, he did.
Because
he ain't going nowhere.
There's nowhere for him to. I don't feel no fit would be for him anyway.
Teams would make a fit for him, but I just think he's there because of the family dynamic and the business side. Like his son about to go into high school, about to be a freshman.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one of the main reasons why he moved.
And LA is beautiful. I don't know. Have you been?
I haven't yet, but I want to go soon.
Guys, if you're in the LA area and you want the Playmaker podcast, send us a DM. Ray ain't never been to LA.
Right.
We're trying to bring the Playmaker podcast
we'll
to
fly
LA.
out.
Yeah, we'll fly out. Frontier
is the deal.
We ain't bowling yet, but if y'all want to, fly us out.
Be our guest, you know.
Playmaker podcast on IG. Go ahead and DM Reg. But yeah, Reg, I don't know. I think Tyronn Lue is better off. Sometimes a place is not your fit when it's forced. It seemed forced to me. It didn't seem like organic.
What's crazy is I saw his birthday was recently. He had a whole Lakers cake. The Lakers dropped the ball big time.
He had a Lakers cake?
Lakers cake. The design.
I read you just put the wrong name for my birthday and then put a job that
so
I'm not going to get one.
He
Congratulations.
he wanted the job, but they dropped the ball. They didn't give him what he wanted. Like, how can you do that? But you know what, Lakers fans that's listening, there will be better days, I hope. Like, I'm a LeBron fan, so you just gotta believe in just believe in the process, I guess, and hopefully somebody get fired in that front office. But that was the NBA talk for the episode. We're gonna move along to some current events, and it was a big topic the last couple of days where Ayesha Curry made some comments about being insecure and wanting a little male attention here and there. Yeah. What's your thoughts on it, and how do you feel about it?
I feel like, I don't know if people listen to the whole interview, because I was able to listen to the whole interview, and I think it was really taken out of context. Right. Because I feel like any woman, even if you've been in a relationship for 20 years, if you go outside, you don't want no hooting and hollering, but if a man says you, like, oh, or you could tell when somebody's looking at you. And I think that's all she's saying. She's just saying, like, she's been in a relationship with Steph for so long. She sees him, the attention that he gets. She's just saying it would be nice. She's not saying go in her DMs and slide in her DMs, y'all. That's not what she's saying. Like, look at the interview and listen to it for what it was. It was totally blown out of context. She said nothing wrong, in my opinion, is what a lot of women feel, but I don't think they would say. And I had nothing wrong with what she said. She just said it on this platform, maybe not, because that's how social media is. They don't listen, they don't read into things, they just, we're going to take a 30-second clip. Oh, she said she gets secure. No, she never said. She said that she would like it. It's something that she would like. Any woman, you could ask 500 women and do a survey, they would say the same thing she said, maybe in a different context. It's totally blown out of proportion, but that's what they do.
I agree, and this from, I guess, a male perspective, my perspective.
What they were saying is Steph Curry, no man would want their woman to be so thirsty for attention, but that's not what she's saying. Yeah, and
that's just one situation, and I'm sure they have a great relationship, a great marriage. My only thing was maybe that wasn't the platform to do it, and maybe she did tell Steph in private, but just to say it in today's world on Red Table Talk, which is a nationally watched show on Facebook, of course you're gonna get 1 million viewers and 1 million different comments, and people gonna judge you, and I saw it. You got Steph Curry, he's so faithful, he's never been in trouble, he's God-fearing, he's spiritual.
Yeah, they've been together since they were 15.
And then you still have your wife who's still asking for attention, basically, like thirsting for attention. But I don't think it was that, like you said, women, they want that sometimes.
I think
they don't want somebody to like come try to talk to them or give them your number or exchange numbers or anything like that.
She's just saying as normal, just in general, and it's just for a man. Like, say you've been in the gym, you've been working out, or say you got an outfit on. You know when somebody's looking at you, it feels nice. That doesn't have anything to do with your partner. Yeah. Like my boyfriend or your girlfriend, they show us love every day. Oh, you're looking good. You're looking blah 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 blah. Thank you. But when I go outside, it's nice.
You want people looking at you.
It's cool. It's cool.
Everybody wants somebody to look at them at the end of the day.
It's nice to know, like, I'm good where I'm at, but it's nice to know, like, you look good, you're beautiful. Yeah. Like, that doesn't take away the fact that your significant other is not telling you that every single day.
Right, and then on top of that,
she's in a public eye.
And she had 3 kids. Yep. That brings insecurity. But when you have kids, your body changes unless you're getting the surgeries and whatnot. But that's another story. But she had 3 kids. Your body changed. Your emotions changed. I'm sure. I don't have any kids yet, but my mom, I can know. Yeah. Like friends, like your emotions change, and as and you get depressed.
And it can be in your own head.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? This is something that she said that was inside of her.
And that takes courage to even come out and talk about it.
And I feel like
you could hold that in.
Somebody.
She could have went and got surgeries and then be on Instagram and she got the surgeries and now she posting pictures and
Correct.
now you're getting attention, but for the wrong reason. Like,
correct. She never said she wanted. She never specified what type of attention she wanted.
Right.
All she said is,
I know her
would be
DM's
nice.
popping now.
Oh yeah, it's probably disgusting.
So a lot of disrespect.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. But a lot of people were saying like, oh, the reason why nobody says anything to her is because they respect Steph Curry. No. Because your homeboy trying to talk to your girlfriend.
Right.
So it ain't because we respect her. You don't even respect your homeboy. So it's not that. It's just, it's hard to explain. She didn't say it like that. Like, I really think it was taken out of context. Like, she's been married, 3 kids. She's just saying, like, I'm out here, but I'm not trying to get that type of attention. I'm just saying it would be nice to just know, like, when I walk outside, from the corner of my eye, I can see, like, it's cool. I'm locked down, I'm good. We good, but maybe not on that platform because people are not able to comprehend certain things if it's not like.
We live in a clip-based world. Like they
definitely.
see one clip and they run with it. It can, and nowadays you can. Not saying this will happen, but just talking in general, you can piece clips together and make it sound like you said something that you said like you didn't say.
And it can be detrimental.
And it's sad.
Yeah,
it's
but
sad.
luckily she's on a platform where Steph is successful. She's successful in her own right. She's not just an NBA wife. I know people try to give her that stereotype, but she's not.
Yeah.
She has multiple different businesses. She's a chef, cover girl. Like, she has her own.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So luckily this clip is not going to it's not detrimental to her career or anything like that, but you gotta be mindful when y'all looking at this stuff, or the people that's even cutting these clips down. You can really harm somebody from just a little clip. 30-second clip can just have a whole judgment of somebody that's really not the case. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So guys, just go and listen to the whole interview. It's
it's
only 30 minutes.
Yeah, and it's a good interview. Even though it's all women, it's a really good interview.
It just gives you, as a man, it gives you a different perspective. You see where they coming from with where she's coming from with her comments, and you get to hear the whole thing, not just a 30-second or a minute clip that Instagram can show you. So just check it out, and like it's cool. Like it's okay to listen to women speak and their perspective, and it's not just for single or married people. Anybody can listen to it. You can get something out of it, but just don't attack people without knowing all the facts. Like
I agree.
That's all. Like, just don't attack people when you don't really know.
Yeah, and there's no need, if you didn't agree with it, just don't agree with it. But
don't attack. Like
I feel like that's social media is getting real crazy with that, guys. Just be mindful. Just go on here and look. That's what any clip you see is a full interview. Go watch the full interview, especially if you support the person.
Right.
Like, nah, it was definitely taken out of context, and I think people pounced on it and made it a whole story, which it had a day. Slow news day, maybe.
Shout out to Ayesha Curry and the Curry family, because either way, they getting the publicity. I just saw Steph Curry about to have a show on Facebook, so maybe that was. I know it goes hand in hand. I know they got a great marketing team, but
for sure.
Before we wrap up this episode, shout out to my guy Mark Smith with the Made Different
Go ahead, guys.
lifestyle.
DMs, man.
Got this nice hoodie. He got some wristbands. He had shirts.
Yep.
Just wanted to shout him out today. And on this episode, we just started it today. We're gonna start doing a Playmaker of the week.
Okay.
So
like
what we're gonna do is every Friday, we're going to post somebody or mention them on a podcast episode.
And post them.
Post them on our social media accounts. Tell you a little bit about what they do, how they're making a change, whether it's in the culture or in the community. It could be anybody, artists, entrepreneurs.
Just slide in our DMs if you have anybody that you guys would want us to feature, like we did Mark's clothing line. Just slide in our DMs.
Or if it's you.
We support. We're not asking for nothing for free. You send us just
I paid my good money on this.
We like it, we'll pay for it, and we'll promote you. And we just ask for you to do the same for us. If we promote your product on our podcast, we just ask that you on your platform maybe repost our stuff or give us a shout out. It's just a give or take. But just know we will pay for your product and we'll support you 100%.
And so, with that being said, our Playmaker of the week for this week is Quayshaun Williams. He's a local. He's local. From Trenton, New Jersey. He has a event marketing. He's an event coordinator and marketing strategist. He also has a business called Much Better 360. I just purchased a shirt. Actually, you can go pre-order now on his Instagram on Much Better 360 or on his personal page Quayshaun, Quayseann on Instagram. And just to give you a brief background on what he does in the community, he recently just had. Well, he's for the culture. I mean, what he did, he came up with a trap house themed brunch, and he had vendors there, artists, and it was just a good networking event. I wasn't able to make it, but I saw a bunch of pictures on Instagram and social media, and he does a lot for the culture. He brings people together. He brings artists together, vendors, and it's just a big networking event for people who may not get that platform. He's bringing it to the city. I think he's a big part in our in the change that we want to see in Trenton, New Jersey, and in this area. He's just doing big things. And when you get a chance, I'm going to shout him out on Instagram and Twitter. Just follow him, buy his shirt, just support him.
Yeah, guys, go in there. Go on his
just do all that.
Instagram page right now for us, guys. You got these shirts called Black Excellence. I like this.
Oh yeah, it's real nice.
I'm gonna grab the white one right there, Black Excellence. That's what we're trying to do right now, guys. Go support him. Guys, every Friday this will be what it is, guys. We're gonna try to support you. If you're doing something positive in the community, we're gonna support you 100%. Playmaker Podcast, we're all about trying to find the playmakers in our community first. So guys, if you're any local, we're gonna support you. But guys, go on here. These is fire though to play. Black Excellence, much better. Okay.
Yes, sir. I get mine tomorrow.
Red's getting the black one. I'm going to grab the white one because I'm going to grab some all white kicks with it. I'm going to do a whole fit.
Okay.
I'm going to grab my man one too. Grab the black one.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and support, guys. Much Better 360 on IG, guys. Much better. Spell how I'm saying it. I'm not going to spell it.
Go pre-order now. They come out tomorrow.
Oh, pre-order, yeah. Go ahead and pre-order that, y'all. And take a picture in it and tag them, guys. Guys, support. Black Excellence.
Stop spending all this money on all these Nikes and Adidas.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, but first, support your people first, and then you can go get Nike sneakers to go with it.
Yeah, that's what we say. All we saying is have a shirt that's black on. Your sneakers can be whatever you want.
Exactly. So again, Playmaker of the Week is Quayshaun Williams. You the first one. Congratulations to you. You're doing big things in the community. We appreciate you for what you do.
Much success, bro. I'm definitely going to grab a shirt. Probably grab a couple for my family. I'm going to take a picture in it. I'm going to tag you in it. Guys, support who supports you. So the first Playmaker of the Week, Quayshaun, we support you, bro. Keep doing everything you're doing and stay on the right path.
Thank you again. And also, before we go, we have for our new listeners, we have this segment called Get Right, where we give a little motivation, inspiration, or quick thought that we have in our mind or our hearts.
For sure.
And I'm going to let you go first. Or you want? I'll take it. I'll take it.
I know first. I thought you was gonna start.
I was about to
So guys, recently I lost my car. My baby was sick. So I had to go ahead and sell her. So my get right today is my finances. Guys, do the best you can to get your finances in order. Your credit is very important. Not having a lot of debt is very important. I'm not a financial specialist or anything like that, but you want to do the best you can into putting yourself in the best position to have financial wealth and legacy for your kids or your family if you're starting a business. So guys, just go through your finances. There's nothing wrong with going on your mobile app and seeing how you spend it, and maybe how you can save more money, or how you can do more in the community pertaining to finances. And if you are a person that knows about finances, I definitely would like you to be on the podcast. So DM Reg and the Playmaker Podcast on IG, because there's a lot of people that's me and Reg age that now we're learning about all this financial stuff that would have been beneficial if we would have known it at like 20 or 21. There's no problem knowing it in our late 20s, but I just want to get it out there that, guys, be really responsible with your money. And any money you could save now while you're young. If I have any high schoolers out there, start saving. If you have a little summer job, I know it's really hard. I know you want them new Jordans, but I'm telling you, trust your auntie. I'm telling you that $150 that you could save every week is going to be crazy. Just times 150 by how many years, and just you'll see it. It's not even that much. You know, them Jordans won't always be there. You get what I'm saying? But just be mindful. They always gonna come back out. But I'm trying to tell you, if I have any high school kids listening, guys, if you have a summer job, ask your parents to help you. If you could save any type of money and just have that up, even for college or anything in general, because your finances are so important, your credit is so important, guys. And losing my car just made me realize, like, okay, now it's time for me to go on overdrive pertaining to my debt and all that. So that was just on my heart. Rest in peace to my car. Sabrina, I love you, baby.
Well, I'm gonna give a brief little, I guess, I don't know what to call it. But what I've been thinking about is like, reach out to those friends who you think is like your strongest friends, like, because they need a little inspiration too. Like they need somebody to say, "Are you feeling?" Ask them how they feeling. Because they always, that's your go-to person, but they need it. Who's their go-to person? So I just want to say, like, just go out to your friends, family members, and tell them how you feel. Like, are you okay? Ask them if they are they okay? How they feeling?
That's important.
You want to go out?
You want to go out to eat?
Yeah,
lunch.
like they even though that's like their people's go-to person. At the end of the day, everybody needs a go-to person. And sometimes those go-to people don't have anybody to go to. So, and then they're basking in their own emotions, what they got going on. And that becomes depression. Correct. And you don't want your closest people, especially, to be depressed or feel like they're not appreciated or wanted. That's so just reach out to those people who...
Reg, you've been not Steph Curry in this series. You've been Steph Curry of old. Your jumper been on point with your right. That hit me right there. Reach out to the people that you love. That's important, or your friends that you haven't reached out to in a long time.
Just see how they
never know what somebody's going through.
Exactly. So guys, that was our Get Right segment. Before we let y'all go, make sure y'all subscribe on YouTube,
guys.
Apple Podcasts.
We did the video for y'all today.
We got y'all.
Come on now. We just switched it up.
Hit that subscribe button while you at it.
Come on, get our subscribers up.
Apple Podcasts.
Get our subscribers up.
iHeartRadio.
We might be doing some vlogs and stuff pretty
Spotify.
soon.
We on anything you can listen to.
iHeart.
Everything.
If y'all family, get our listeners up.
Subscribe. Leave a comment. DM us. Show us like you listening. Let us know where you from.
Exactly. We trying to shout you out.
We worldwide, baby. That's what we trying to be.
Come on now.
Episode 7 is in the books. I'm Reggie Coleman.
I'm Keita Monroe Thomas.
Until next week.
Peace.
Yeah. I'm a creative, so let me create.